I'm Rian Basa, and I'm going to be reading you my referendum paragraph to you and fixing it up as well as reading it. And I have my plan here, and I have all the facts, and I have the main idea of the conclusion. Let's start. From 1788 to 1967, the indigenous people were not counted as human beings to the British people. That's great. To the British people, why is there a comma? The indigenous people were seen as animals or flowers of the country rather than human beings, even in the Constitution. 90.77% of people, though the current laws were racist. That's has to be changed. It's wrong. But what I mean there is that 90.77% of people were racist and unfair to the indigenous people. So I just changed it. We'll just fix up our mistakes there. Sorry about the mistakes. Everyone does mistakes. It took 67 years. So let's just read it over again. 90.77% of people were racist and unfair to the indigenous people. Now that makes sense. It took 67 years for the two sections of the Constitution to be changed. It makes sense, but just why is that there? I think so, it's just there for no reason. The indigenous people now had the same rights, followed the same laws, and were now considered Australians. No, this makes sense, so I'll just change this bit. So maybe the indigenous people now had the same rights, followed the same laws, and were considered as Australian citizens. So I'll just...
What are you doing anyways?
Let's read it. The indigenous people now had the same rights, followed the same laws. Maybe instead of laws, rules, because it would sound better, even though it makes sense. And were considered Australian, and were now considered. Yeah, that's that's right. While history could not be changed, after the referendum was voted and passed on to the Parliament, the indigenous people not be mistreated again. That's okay, that's good. So now we're just going to join them up, as you can see I'm doing, and I'm going to read it all together and see if it makes sense. Okay, from 1788 to 1967, the indigenous people were not counted as human beings to the British people. To the British people, the indigenous people were seen as animals or flowers of the country rather than human beings, even in the Constitution. I think so. This shouldn't be here. Like it should be just there. Yeah. 90.77% of people were racist and unfair to the indigenous people. It took 67 years for these two sections of the Constitution to be changed. Makes sense? The indigenous people now had the same rights, follow the same rules. Maybe laws would be better. Yeah, laws. Let's just change it back. Laws, and were now considered as Australian citizens. While history couldn't be changed, maybe like that. That's just couldn't be changed. After the referendum was voted and passed on to the Parliament, the indigenous people would not be mistreated ever again. It makes sense and everything. Thank you for watching. Hope I did a good job. Bye.